Let's start off by crediting South Florida. They played with the appropriate level of force and competitiveness. Really did a great job of...
Is a Team USA coach really resigning right after Caitlin Clark was crowned the best player in the world? That's the explosive question whispered in the darkest corners of the internet, a story the mainstream media seems determined to ignore. Most people, the ones who only skim headlines, will tell you it's a coincidence. Two completely separate events that just happened to occur around the same time. They'll say it's just business as usual, but the deeper you dig, the official story starts to fray at the edges, revealing what might be the first shot fired in a silent, bitter war for the soul of women's basketball. This isn't a simple story about one player being left off a team or one coach deciding to hang it up. It is about a deeply entrenched system fighting for its life against a phenom who threatens to tear it all down with her unprecedented fame and revolutionary talent. And the origins of this conflict didn't start with the Olympic snub. They began years before anyone in the mainstream even knew her name. On a global stage, Caitlin Clark sent a clear, undeniable message to the world's basketball elite. I am inevitable. Before the record-breaking college seasons, before the multi-million-dollar endorsement deals with Nike and Gatorade, and long before she became the single most important figure in her sport, Clark sent a deafening warning shot across the bow of the entire world. In 2021, while most of America focused on the established stars of the WNBA and the national team, Clark quietly led a new generation of American talent at the FIBA U19 World Cup in Hungary. She didn't just participate, she dominated. She averaged nearly 15 points, over 5 assists, and 5 rebounds per game, but her impact went far beyond stats. It was the fearless deep threes, the dazzling no-look passes, the sheer control of the court. She was a one-woman offensive system that the rigid, structured international game simply had no answer for. At the end of the tournament, Team USA stood atop the podium, gold medals gleaming, and Clark was crowned MVP. This was more than an achievement. It was a statement. Years before her Iowa fame exploded, Clark proved her high-risk style worked not just against college defenses, but against the best in the world. As Clark's star began its meteoric ascent, a towering figure in USA basketball prepared to step away, setting the stage for a dramatic power shift. Dawn Staley, a living legend as a Hall of Fame player and championship-winning coach, announced she was stepping down as head coach of the women's national team. Officially, her departure was celebrated as the end of a triumphant chapter. She had led Team USA to another Olympic gold, solidifying her legacy, but the timing was impossible to ignore. Staley represented an era, a hardened way of doing things that had brought USA basketball decades of unparalleled success. Her system relied on hierarchy, experience, and a near-military sense of cohesion, where seniority was law. Her stepping down wasn't just a coaching change, it was the end of a dynasty's leadership. This created a massive power vacuum, and the person who filled it would have the authority to either embrace the wave of the future, or double down on the traditions of the past. The departure of such an influential coach signaled the old guard was moving on, but the system she perfected remained in place. A fortress even the world's most popular and talented player might not breach. The reins were handed to Cheryl Reeve, a highly respected WNBA coach known for her defensive-minded, disciplined approach. Reeve is a disciple of the old school, structure, teamwork, and the unwavering belief that the team is always more important than any individual. Her multiple championships with the Minnesota Lynx were forged in the fires of defense and cohesion. She values veterans who understand the unwritten rules of hierarchy. This philosophy is the polar opposite of everything Caitlin Clark represents. Clark is basketball's virtuoso rock star, unpredictable, flashy, a force of untamable individualism who bends the game to her will. The clash wasn't just possible, it was inevitable. Under Reeve and the powerful selection committee, the message was clear: you will conform to our system or you will not be a part of it. Whispers began circulating among insiders and reporters. Clark's jaw-dropping deep threes and high-risk, high-reward passes were dismissed as street ball by purists. Her defensive liabilities and on-court swagger were seen as disrespect for the right way to play. Being the most popular player in the world didn't guarantee a seat at their table. It painted a giant target on her back. The stage was set for a confrontation between the old guard and the new phenom, culminating in a stunning decision. Caitlin Clark was officially left off the 2024 Paris Olympic roster. This move defied logic for casual fans, media executives, and sponsors alike. The most famous, marketable basketball player on the planet would not represent her country on the world's biggest stage. The official reasons felt flimsy. She lacked experience with the senior national team, couldn't attend all the training camps due to NCAA commitments, and wasn't part of the pre-existing team chemistry. To millions of new fans, these excuses sounded hollow. Public outcry was immediate and furious, with pundits calling it an unforgivable mistake and social media erupting in accusations of jealousy, gatekeeping, and arrogance. The decision felt deeply personal, a calculated slight by a system unwilling to hand over the spotlight to a young revolutionary. Three dominant theories emerged explaining the snub. First, jealousy. Veteran players who spent years paying their dues may have resented Clark's meteoric rise. Second, tactical concerns. Reeve and her staff were worried Clark's ball-dominant style could disrupt team flow and criticized her defensive lapses. Third, a deliberate power play by the USA Basketball Committee. Clark's growing influence threatened to eclipse the program, and leaving her off the team was a warning that no individual is bigger than Team USA. The decision has cascading financial consequences. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. Unprecedented ticket sales, massive TV ratings, and a wave of new fans have followed her. NBC, sponsors like Nike and Gatorade, and the WNBA itself had hoped to capitalize on her presence. Without her, the potential for a ratings and marketing boom vanished. The clash between basketball purists and commercial stakeholders highlights a critical question. Can an organization prioritize tradition over the superstar who holds the key to its growth? This saga exposes the inner workings of USA Basketball, a powerful insular system that has long valued hierarchy and exclusivity. While its methods produced dynasty after dynasty of gold medal winning teams, it fostered resistance to change. In today's hyper-connected world, fans gravitate toward individual superstars like LeBron James, Tom Brady, and Lionel Messi. Caitlin Clark is the first female basketball player to reach that level, and the old system simply didn't know how to handle her. Instead of embracing her revolutionary talent, they treated her as a threat to their established order. The snub forces a painful reckoning. Is Team USA's goal merely another gold medal with familiar faces, or is it also to grow the game and inspire the next generation of players and fans?